Good evening. Thanks for joining us and welcome to WHOV News. I'm Leslie Gooden.
And I'm Desmond Smalley. We begin tonight right here at our home by the sea.
Hampton University had its annual read-in on Wednesday, where the student body had a chance to sit, listen, and talk with New York Times bestselling author Jeff Hobbs about the man that inspired his latest book. Let's take a closer look.
It's a story about a guy who is a great teacher, is Teacher of the Year, and is spending a lot of those nights hustling in places that are a lot more dangerous than a college dorm room. It is messy being a person and having a consciousness and having values, often conflicting values that we use to make decisions.
The English department hosts a reading each year in Ogden Hall. The event started Wednesday with the opening ceremony and continued today with 2 panels. You can pick up this year's reading book, The Short Tragic Life of Robert Peace, at your local bookstore.
Another tradition here at Hampton is the Black Family Conference. This year's theme focused on diabetes with hopes to spread awareness, especially in the African American community. The conference included keynote speakers and breakout sessions. School of Pharmacy Dean Wayne Harris says the conference will fuel a diabetes initiative for all of Hampton roads.
In our last story, we mentioned diabetes, a health issue that many African Americans face. Currently, 13.2% of all African Americans 20 years of age or older have diagnosed diabetes. The American Diabetes Association believes diabetes is associated with an increased risk for a number of serious, sometimes life-threatening complications. African Americans are more likely to suffer from blindness, kidney disease, and amputation. Visit diabetes.org to find out more information and prevention and treatment. Now, being diagnosed with cancer is a tough burden to bear, but the Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute is making the treatment process a little easier. Our very own WHOV reporter, Megan Key, has more.
Thank goodness, thank God that this might be the last one.
5 days a week, you can find Catherine Hillegas in the Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute.
Every day, if possible. You don't come on the weekends. They give you a break.
Catherine was diagnosed with lung cancer 3 years ago. She had a tumor attached to one of her lungs.
It's so close to my rib cage, and they have to be very careful about the radiation and not damaging the bones.
What makes proton therapy unique is that it behaves very differently than conventional radiation, in that because it's a particle, it only goes to the area that we want to treat primarily, and then it stops.
The Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute is the largest freestanding proton therapy center in the world. Catherine is just one of 60 patients that the institute is treating right now.
Toward the end of last year, we treated our 1,000th patient. We treated 1,200 patients to date.
Treatments can vary from as little as 1 week of 5 treatments to as many as 44 treatments over the course of 9 weeks. Back-to-back therapy can be exhausting, but the doctors here try their best to make their patients smile.
Isn't this awesome? Pajama day.
Patients, like 5-year-old Caden McCrae.
He's excited to come every day. He likes jumping down the hallways with them on the blue dots and going into his room. So for him to be sedated every day, he looks forward to it.
Everyone's like family. I've never seen so many people from different ends, like the doctors and all like that, you know. I have enjoyed them so much. I wish them well.
This was Catherine's last day of treatment, but before she left, she had to ring the ceremonial bell, celebrating her graduation from the Institute. Megan Key, WHOV News.
Wow, just wow. Now that's what you call a heartwarming story.
I know, when I saw little Caden, my heart melted, and meeting him, he is so strong to do that week after week.
A little soldier, I tell you. And yeah, I was really happy to hear about Catherine's last day of treatment.
Definitely. My hat's off to the Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute. Please continue that great work.
Indeed.
And you know what? There's always something going on in the world of business.
That's right, Leslie. Lawrence Rigby has all the updates. Lawrence?
Des and Les, guess what? I'm here to tell you about Verizon and AT&T. Verizon and AT&T have filed a suit to block the government's new net neutrality rules. The new regulations prevent internet providers from blocking websites or charging extra for internet fast lanes. Now, the new rules would also give the Federal Communications Commission supreme authority over the internet. The Telecom Association, an industry group for broadband providers, calls the rules, quote, arbitrary and an abuse of direction. Viewers may remember in 2010, the FCC tried to implement net neutrality rules, but Verizon successfully got an appellate court to block it. This time, the Telecom Association is asking a federal appellate court in D.C. to review the rules, and this dispute actually will likely drag on for quite a while. So stay locked in with us here at WHOV as we keep you updated on that story. It's a mac and cheese ketchup merger. I don't really know how that sounds, but Heinz is buying Kraft Food to create the world's 5th largest food and beverage company. The new company will have revenues of about $28 billion, and it's no secret that packaged food companies have been struggling as food tastes are quickly changing, and of course, people are seeking healthier options. Good for them. The company expects the deal to be finalized sometime during the second half of this year. And here's a story our viewers are going to love. Jaguar unveiled its latest sedan with a daring stunt. You've got to see this. Let's take a look. The British automaker showed off the 2016 XF by moving it across a high wire over London's Canary Wharf. A Hollywood stuntman was behind the wheel for the journey, of course, but Jaguar describes the XF as a luxury sedan that delivers excitement, composure, and comfort. And you definitely need composure if you're going to be driving across a high wire. Nonetheless, the XF will be revealed with its wheels on the ground at the New York International Auto Show next week. And of course, no business report would be complete without our Bloomberg market numbers. The Dow Jones closed down today 40 points. It ended trading at 17,678 points. The NASDAQ Composite also closed down 13 points. It ended trading at 4,863 points. And the S&P 500, Standard & Poor's, it closed down 5 points. It ended trading at 2,056 points. After a rough week, we saw the markets recover a bit, but nonetheless, they all closed down. Les and Des, though, imagine yourself driving across a high wire.
It's got to be a rush.
It is. It definitely is.
I tell you what, it's something I will mark off my bucket list. It's something indeed.
Right.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Thanks for having me.
Every day. Now, let's take a look at what's going on across the nation.
Our first stop takes us over the bridge to our neighbors at Old Dominion University. Earlier this week, officials determined that an ODU student's Facebook page was inappropriate and prejudiced after causing controversy among many students. The post included a photo with 2 students in a colored mask, but it was words that set the racist tone towards their peers, reading, and I quote, hashtag I can breathe, hashtag I'm not choked, and hashtag we're not criminals, just to name a few. ODU's President John R. Broderick responded to the situation immediately, declaring it to be completely unacceptable. He continued to stress to the campus community that this should be an opportunity to reflect on attitudes towards others and engage in civil discussion. The student that posted the picture later on posted an apology to her Facebook page, and she removed the previous post. 3 Florida police officers have been fired and a 4th resigned in connection with racist and crude text messages and video created to portray President Barack Obama in a profane way. Wow. After a 5-month investigation with the Fort Lauderdale Police Department, the officers were terminated under the circumstances of conduct prejudicial to the good of the order of the police department. The 4th officer created a fake movie trailer titling it The Hoods, including President Obama, African Americans, and members of the KKK. Police Chief Franklin Adderley explained, and I quote, although there was no criminal behavior detected during the investigation, their conduct was inexcusable, and there is zero tolerance for that. The police department has taken it upon themselves to implement mandatory diversity classes for current officers and screening processes for new hires.
If you've been to Starbucks in the last week, then you probably received a cup that had a race together written on it. This is part of a national initiative to start a conversation on race. After just 1 week of rolling out this portion of the initiative, the company has decided to stop writing on each cup. Instead, the company will continue the other parts of the campaign that include forum discussions and special sections in USA Today. Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz has stated that the message was meant to be a catalyst for broad conversations about race, but critics have said that it has instead turned to a conversation about Starbucks. Well, it's official. Ted Cruz has put his hat in the ring and announced that he will run for the presidency in 2016. The Republican senator from Texas made this big reveal via Twitter, stating, quote, "I'm running for president and I hope to earn your support," end quote. He also included this video.
It's going to take a new generation of courageous conservatives to help make America great again. And I'm ready to stand with you to lead the fight.
Cruz is the only politician so far who has made a bid for the most powerful seat in this country.
An airplane headed to Düsseldorf, Germany crashed into French Alps this Tuesday. Investigators have now said the co-pilot of the plane, Andres Lubitz, deliberately crashed German Wings Flight 9525 into the mountains. According to evidence from a voice recorder, officials believe that the co-pilot locked the captain out of the cockpit. 28-year-old Lubitz did not open the cockpit door even after the captain repeatedly banged on the door. 150 people were on board the plane, including 3 Americans. The crash is still under investigation.
Well, did he or didn't he is the question everyone seems to be asking about Pope Francis.
During a trip to Naples, Italy, the Pope kissed a relic and miraculously half liquefied.
This historical artifact contained the dried blood of the city's patron saint known as Saint Gennaro, who was killed in 305 AD.
But performing an almost miracle isn't the only thing that the head of the Roman Catholic Church did while visiting Naples.
That's right, Pope Francis ate a meal with inmates and even took a selfie with his onlookers.
Wow.
Whoa, President Harvey's weather machine grant us more weather for Springfest. Correspondent is here right now in the Weather Center later in the broadcast.
And award season isn't quite over yet. Our sports reporter is here to give us a recap of who won and lost the GLAAD Awards this weekend.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And shelter pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
That's low. That's low and below.
Look, he's blushing.
Seriously.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Well, Desmond, we got some stuff for you for celebrity news, right?
I mean, I'll try to keep up with it, you know. But our entertainment correspondent, Eric Perry, is here to fill us in. Eric?
You guys, tonight I have all the latest entertainment buzz and more. From updates to the hottest music moment of the summer, I have it all to share with you, so let's get to it. The latest on Bobby Christina Brown, the daughter of the late Whitney Houston, has been moved to a rehabilitation center in Atlanta for long-term care. According to TMZ, doctors made one last attempt to remove Brown from life support to see if she would respond, and unfortunately she did not. She was previously hospitalized at Emory University Hospital, where she had been in a medically induced coma. Just a few weeks ago, Brown's breathing tube was moved from her throat to her neck, but her condition remains the same. Experts say the longer this goes on, the worse the results may be. Well, Chris Brown is finally off probation. This past Friday, a judge released the Grammy-winning artist from probation for the 2009 assault of ex-girlfriend Rihanna. This great news comes after Brown's probation was revoked in January, and he served jail time last year. Brown took to Twitter to express his joy, saying, "I'm off probation, thank the Lord." Yes, you better thank somebody, Chris Brown. Well, down goes Knight. On Friday, former rap mogul Marion Suge Knight collapsed in court after hearing the judge announce his bail at, get this, $25 million. Knight remained unconscious for a few minutes but seemed to be okay. His lawyer argued against the bail amount, saying that because Knight is so well known, he is not a flight risk. Due to his run-in with the law before, the deputy district attorney stated that Knight's bail should have been much, much higher. Knight has returned to Men's Central Jail in Los Angeles to wait for his trial. Well, the annual GLAAD Media Awards recognizes and honors the media for their fair, accurate, and inclusive representation of the LGBT community and the issues that affect their lives. This year, hit show Scandal star Kerry Washington received the Vanguard Award and delivered a speech calling out the hypocrisy of marginalized communities being against each other. Take a look at this.
We have been pitted against each other and made to feel like there are limited seats at the table for those of us who fall into the category of other. As a result,
Wow. Washington received the award for her support as a powerful LGBT ally. Her speech rang through the audience. They rose to their feet with thunderous applause. Now, it's safe to say that, as usual, Kerry Washington steals the show. Well, the Mission Impossible franchise is back with yet another installment. The trailer for the 5th sequel, Mission Impossible Rogue, was released this past weekend.
The IMF is uniquely trained and highly motivated. Specialist without equal immunity.
The almost 3-minute trailer is filled with action and features a lot of familiar faces such as Tom Cruise, Jeremy Renner, Alec Baldwin, and Ving Rhames. Will you be seeing Mission Impossible Rogue this summer when it comes out on July 31st? Well, this one will be in the theaters. Well, Drake has been running through the 6 with his woes, and this summer, he will bring some more friends with him. The Toronto rapper announced that the 6th annual OVO Fest will feature Kevin Hart, J. Cole, Big Sean, YG, and Jeremiah. Hart will perform on the first day of the now 3-day event. J. Cole, Big Sean, and others will hit the stage the following night. Then Drake will end the festival along with special guests. Tickets are on sale, but you better get them now. They're selling fast. Well, that's all the news I have for you today. Leslie, Desmond, what do you think about the new Mission Impossible? Will you get your tickets with me?
Yes, I never miss an event. I'm always there at 12 o'clock every year. Whenever it comes out, I'm ready. I'm a diehard fan.
Mission Impossible is right here, home. It's home right here. I love it. Ever since I've been growing up.
Yeah, and you know what? I think this may be the best one yet.
It has to be, you know.
The trailer was great.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Now, Desmond, did you know we had a holiday earlier this week?
We did? Which holiday was that?
I'll have to let you know later in the show. Are you gonna just wait for that?
Leslie, Desmond, we are looking at a rainy next couple of days coming up, but I'll have that and your weekend forecast coming up right after the break.
Cracked up.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
I can't seem to save anything.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextsstopwrecks.org.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Well, this week has been chilly, and today was a mess. Rain, sun, I just didn't know what to expect.
Desmond, it's so bad outside. I need some good news, some sunshine. Jay's in the Weather Center, and hopefully she is going to give me something. I want
Look
90
out, Jay,
degrees.
please.
Is it time to go to the beach yet? I don't know.
No, but I know Jay has the latest.
I know, last week.
Desmond, sorry, but there's no good news right now. We are looking at wet conditions, and we are currently looking at temperatures in the low 50s. And the rain will fall and continue to fall into the night. Earlier today, we saw a high of 73 degrees, but the nice day was blocked by the thunderstorms. Tonight, expect the rain to stick around with a low of 53. Tomorrow, we are looking at an overcast day with possible rain showers. We're looking at high in the mid-50s and lows in the 30s. We're going to see partly cloudy skies during the evening that will lead to cloudy skies overnight. Saturday, we'll see the sun come out, back out with the highs in the mid-40s and lows dipping in 30 degrees. Sunday will be a little bit warmer with temperatures in high 50 degrees. And Monday is the day that we've all been waiting for. We are looking at temperatures reaching 60 degrees. It's finally going to feel like spring, and that spring feel will, with the next week temperatures in the 60s with occasional showers. Taking a quick glance across the nation, let's start where it's the warmest, of course, the south, stretching across to the west. Some of the places are hitting the 70s, Orlando, Miami, Dallas, and of course Los Angeles. And now for the cold, which is basically the entire northern region of the United States. New York, Chicago, Minneapolis, and they're all struggling to get out of the 30s. And back close to Washington, D.C., it's chilly with the temperatures in the 40s. And rainy Seattle is in the mid-50s. Well, Desmond and Leslie, that'll do it for your weather update for this week. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in need for warm weather to come and stay, especially with Springfest right around the corner.
I was really hoping that the weather would be good for all of Springfest, but it's not looking that way.
But you never know, maybe Mother Nature or Harvey's weather machine may change their mind. Leslie, can you please tell me what holiday it was you were talking about?
You'll have to wait, just like everyone else, after the break.
Thank you, Leslie. Will your March Madness bracket make it to our Final Four? Our sports reporter Sydney Friesen will have the details and so much more coming up after the break.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
the bluebirds. Oh, look up now. Can you feel the sun? Can you feel the sun?
So this is my computer.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Click it.
Yes.
Okay.
Eye cursor in between the R and the E. When I say dot, I want you to just push the period.
She's gonna love me all over again now.
That's it. Jamaica, here you come.
Here we go.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. And I did it by myself. Feel smarter.
Here, Desmond.
That's right, Leslie. And it's only crazier from here. We have our sports expert, Sydney Friesen, here to let us know a little more about the madness.
That's right, guys. If your bracket's still going strong, then kudos to you. Between our on-campus sports and the meat of March Madness, I just don't know where to begin. But we'll start with our men's basketball team. After winning the MEAC title and defeating Manhattan to earn the right to play Kentucky, the Hamptons men's basketball team was ousted from the NCAA tournament last Thursday by the Wildcats, 79-56. The Pirates started off red hot, managing to keep up with the then 34-0 squad, but UK's size ended up being a bit too much. Hampton's performance exceeded many expectations, and a star was born in forward Quentin Chivas, who led all scorers with 22 points and grabbed 10 rebounds. The Pirates will lose senior Emmanuel Okoroba, but they still look to repeat what happened this season for next season. Outdoor track is back. The men and women's track and field teams opened this past weekend, competing in the Wake Forest Open and the VCU Ram Invitational. Junior Tanisha Green took the 200-meter dash with a time of 24.2 seconds, and the 4x100-meter relay squad won gold by turning in a time of 46.7 seconds. As for the men, Dominique Hardy won the long jump with a mark of 7.11 meters, and Suleiman Fareed placed second in the shot put with a mark of 16.52 seconds. At the VCU Ram Invitational, junior Kaylor Murray came in fourth in the 500-meter run. Freshman Stanley Davis won the 800-meter run with the time. The men's and women's track and field teams are back Friday and Saturday for the Raleigh Relays. The Hampton University Lady Pirates basketball team season has come to a close. Hampton defeated Drexel in the opening round of the WNIT last week. However, the West Virginia Mountaineers eliminated the Lady Pirates from the tournament, beating Hampton 57-39 on Tuesday evening. The ladies finished the season with a 19-13 overall record. It was a good run for the girls. I know you guys hear that. It's the sound of brackets busting as we enter the Sweet 16 of this year's NCAA tourney and march closer to the end of the madness. 3 #1 seeds remain with only one casualty being Villanova, who lost to 8 seed North Carolina State 71-68. Wisconsin will play 4 seed North Carolina in the West, while Duke and undefeated Kentucky will battle 5th seeds Utah and West Virginia in the Midwest and South. In the East, North Carolina State will meet 4 seed Louisville, who survived a first-round scare against UC Irvine. And 3 seed Oklahoma will face 7 seed Michigan State, who shocked many with their upset of Virginia. Also in the Midwest, Wichita State will battle Notre Dame, who's coming off close wins against Butler and Northeastern. Arizona, who some experts are picking to win it all, will take on 6 seed Xavier in the West. Gonzaga will battle 11th seed UCLA in the South. That's all I have for you guys in sports today. Don't forget to stay tuned for next week to see what's new. Desmond, Leslie, I don't know about you guys, but I know my bracket will be just fine as long as my Wildcats stay undefeated and win tonight.
You know what? I'm going to tell you straight up, you should just rip mine up right with yours because mine is messed up.
Me too. I was just hoping that, the Pirates would get a big win against Kentucky. I know that's your team.
It is, but they had a good run.
They did.
Good lead.
Go Pirates.
Leslie, you know what? I think I know what holiday you're talking about.
What do you think it is, Desmond?
It's after Bonds. is the beginning of SLP week?
No, Monday was National Puppy Day.
Oh.
National Puppy Day was founded in 2006 by Colleen Page, author and founder of other national days such as National Dog Day and National Cat Day. National Puppy Day is now considered an international holiday. Every March 23rd, people around the world celebrate their pups for the joy and unconditional love they have shown for them and their time together. National Puppy Day is most importantly used to help save orphan puppies and to educate the general public about the terrible outcomes for abandoned puppies. Puppy owners show off their dogs on various social medias to express their appreciation. Here at WHOV, our very own puppy owners showcase their puppies for the world to see. We have producer Margie Merritt with her dog, Hershey, myself with my dog, Solomon Sebastian, and executive producer Amanda Jackson with her dog, Pooh. Adorable, right? Well, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Leslie Gooden.
And I'm Desmond Smalley. Make sure you join us again next week and have a great evening.